Welcome to Wolves of Alaron Dnd.
Alright, you can come see your,
Last time, Meveril sent you to find Hadrian's army. You found a dark tower mysteriously risen from the earth, and 12 knights of the king who were soon covered in black goo that rushed from the tower gates, and the goo turned them evil. After defeating the knights, you entered the Valley of the Mogwai, met bladesmith Wu Wei, and procured diamond gremlin hides that he used to craft you gear. You remember Garlagoth's battle plan. The 100-man crew of warship Fenrir will be yours to march through the portal to Alaron. This portal leads to the moonlit woodlands where the rangers Anselm and Reynard will be waiting. They will guide you through a secret entrance to Caer Caladir. In 1 week's time, I will reach the city walls and commence my attack. That will be your signal to infiltrate Caer Caladir and assassinate the High King. Tomorrow, Garlagoth's 100 longships will attack Caer Caladir. You wake up in the Valley of the Mogwai, in Wu Wei's hut, to the dull roar of a crashing waterfall outside. Heroes, good morning. Wu Wei greets you. An 8-foot-tall humanoid with large curved horns tossing boulders like pebbles across the cavern.
Is that
Lying on the floor of the chamber beside him is a battered human around 20 years old with slick black hair. The young human sits up, rubbing his temples, and moans, "Mard, what a dreadful jump that was. Chasing that beast here was your idea." Mard, the Minotaur, says, "Bah, there's always something to whinge about, Gask." Then Mard turns to face you, drawing a war axe from a sheath on his back. "Looks like we've got an audience." And you recognize him to be your friend, Withers the Space Gnome. He says, "There is 5,000 gold for each of you in there, from the River of Gold in Denon's Delve. More will be coming, but Bjornsson has already established your settlement of Blackpool on Moray's east coast. Now, don't mind Mard and Gask," indicating the Minotaur and the human. "They're just travelers of space and time like myself. I fear this portal that brought us here from Moray will need more repairs, and I shall require both their efforts to complete them. Carry on with whatever high fantasy quest you are about. Our adventure will be here when you return." Wu Wei approaches from the shadows, sheathing his boken, wooden katana. "Ah, Withers, well met, old friend. It was you who brought me back from the 9 hells. For that, I thank you."
Jeez, you get around.
Withers bows. Then he turns to Mard and Gask and he starts ordering them around. "You, do that! You, sit over there!" The portal is still covered in rubble. Wu Wei says to you, "Heroes, before you go, would you like to purchase or sell any items from my hut?"
Yeah.
The portal flashes and lights start shining off the ceiling.
Oh, holy shit.
And another creature pops out of the portal, and it's a copper dragonborn druid.
Oh, hi.
And Withers says, "What? How did that happen? Who are you? What's your name?"
My name is Beery.
"Oh, Barry, nice to meet you. My name is Withers, the Space Gnome. Carnavius Withersby, at your service. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Judging from the silver crescent moon on your shield, you appear to be a member of the Order of the Moon.
Oh.
Perhaps you have been summoned here to defend them in their final encounter against Hadrian.
Hey!
Which-
Well, I'm Barbie O'Malley.
Hi, Barbie.
I reach up to shake your hand, but it's like that. I'm very short.
Oh.
3 feet tall.
You're very
You're probably
tiny.
like 7 feet tall. You're a big dragonborn.
Can I ride on your back sometimes? And then you can throw me, and I can just be launched, and I'll slice somebody's face off with my axe.
Sure.
It'll be great. It's teamwork.
Hop on.
Yay!
That's small special.
Can I have your other shoulder and then we have like a little like
Here we go.
I don't know if you're like
wielding little
the
people.
angel and I'm the devil, or if we're both.
I think we're both the devil.
we're both the devil.
Two devils, the first one.
Just like kill
Do
him.
it.
Also kill him. I agree with right.
So you both want to ride?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. My name is Skinweaver, and I love leather. Even though I can't wear it, I have to wear.
You can wear like a leather choker,
I have to wear fucking.
or maybe like a leather
Robes
jacket
all
on
the
top of your robe,
Well-
but you can't wear leather armor.
I mean, he could wear leather armor, but it'll fuck up his spellcasting.
Why?
It's too
You
constricted.
could wear like a leather harness with like some chains and some
I'm just gonna do
bells
a
on
bracelet.
it.
Just start off behind you before you.
What if I accidentally trip and it fires?
You can also,
You trip a lot, I hear.
in more ways than one.
I believe I can fly.
Either of you could use that though.
I believe.
That would be great for you. Nobody could hit you unless they have ranged attacks.
Think about it every night and day. There it is.
Spread my wings and fly away.
Spread my cape
Ooh,
and fly away.
Okay,
I believe I can soar.
Did
See
you
me
want
running
that?
through the open door.
What? Do you want
I believe I can fly.
I can fly.
I can
You
fly.
didn't think you looked dashing?
Leaving Wu Wei's tent, the samurai looks up to the sky and exclaims, "No, a fell omen! Look!" Pointing to a pink dot in the sky above you. "A falling star of color red. A fell omen." So you see a pink streak going across the sky.
Let's
So,
go
do
into
you
Tristan.
return to Mevril's camp now, the Order of the Moon?
Yeah.
You return to Mevril's camp, the tent that you had shared with Anselm. Your friend, the ranger, is there with Erin at his side. She is unbound and ready for combat, no longer with her wrists tied, as she was last time you saw her.
Shit.
Anselm says, "Good morn, companions. Before we face my nemesis, the wizard Hadrian, allow me to regale you the song of Hadrian." Suddenly, a violet flash erupts before your eyes. The black-haired wizard in blood-red robes himself appears in the tent before you. "Ah, am I interrupting, Ranger?
Yes. Go away.
Allow me to address you properly, heroes of Moray. I come to you with a proposal."
Oh. Okay.
Anselm spits on the floor and draws his sword, his green eyes gleaming with hatred.
Are you propositioning me?
So Hadrian is standing in front of you, in the tent, and Anselm is at your side.
Okay.
Anselm says, "Never will we bargain with the likes of you." The ranger slashes his sword through Hadrian's shoulder. The sword meets no resistance, it catches only air. The illusion shimmers and laughs. Ha 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 ha. The son of Devirin has made his choice, but you may yet live to see glory, Norman.
What?
I would like to offer you a proposition. If you join me, I will deliver to you the throne of Alaron. All you must do is
Care about that.
kill its king, and I shall make you its rulers. And I shall allow the Order of the Moon to live as well.
Hold on. Let's think
I
about.
don't care about the second part.
I do. The Order of the Moon must live.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Very good. Very perceptive. I love how.
Will you join me, heroes?
Well,
Before you encounter my army and all of its wrath.
Let's think about it. We need to talk it through. Also.
Yeah. Why don't we have a huddle? We can discuss
Let's
the
have a
Oh.
merits
huddle.
of treachery.
Anselm says, "What is there to discuss? Would you turn coat on me at this my darkest hour?"
No.
Seem like you're seriously considering betraying me.
No. So we really.
After all this time, months and months, fighting side by side.
I don't know. That's your deal.
Do you think we can take him?
Yeah, sure.
Then why join him? Hadrian's form fades away out of sight.
Well.
The horns of the order sound all around you. Drums of war beginning to beat.
Wait. So we said no.
You hear the rousing calls of beasts and the assembled march of boots. Exiting the tent, you see Mevril lead his 2,000 forest dwellers out onto the wheat fields of Cup, emerging from the safety of the moonlit woodlands. Anselm says, This force represents the entire population of the Moonlit Woodlands. Men, women, and children. 1,000 are fighters, men and women. The other 1,000 are elders and children. But they're all here. You see the elders and the children trailing behind us. They're singing songs and giving blessings of the moon.
Isn't that bad? I'm not a strategist here.
Their entire civilization marches to war. That's how they do it. As morning burns into the heat of midday, Neville calls out, "Rangers, assemble!" The order gathers on one side of a flat golden plain. The Legion of Umbria gathers on the other side. Neither force has 500 men armored in black plate mail, foul magic radiating off of them, you sense. Your rangers, armored in hides, murmur to each other, unsure in their stances. Suddenly Reynard bursts out from the front rank of the army and addresses everyone. "This is suicide! We must surrender! Look at that enemy! Half our size, but more than double our experience, equipment, and strength. What is more, Hadrian's power knows no limits. He could smoke us all with a snap of his fingers. We must surrender." Anselm howls in response. "Reynard, my own cousin!" Anselm stalks forward and launches a massive right hook, colliding with Reynard's jaw, and knocking him to the ground. "We fight for our very survival! There is no life for you under that vermin!" Reynard stands, clutching his jaw. Looking back one last time.
But it's differently.
We can also fly.
We could just fly. And just
Who has the high ground here? We do, right?
I can fly.
Look at these guys. They don't stand a chance.
From across the field of battle, you see Hadrian holding his skull-adorned staff. The wizard stares at you with pitch-black eyes, visible from 200 feet away on a hill slightly above the plain.
See,
Vermin. Choice words for you lot of field mice. Today I will show you true power, including the most powerful spells ever crafted, the 8 evils. Erin screams, "Ah!" as her feet lift off the ground and the wizard levitates through the air, thrown 200 feet forward to land at Hadrian's side.
Oh.
wait, is this the one that
Hadrian wraps his arm around her waist, grinning at you. Mevril approaches the front rank of rangers, standing in his autumn robes, bearing his staff of oak.
See? That
Mevril bellows, "Today we fight for our last stand! If our culture is to live on, it will be won here today with the blood of noble rangers. Let not a single life pass in vain. We are one. We are the Order. Long may we live to safeguard this world from the evil that man do." Hadrian begins chanting, weaving his hands in the air. Anselm takes aim with his longbow and fires. An arrow comes within a few feet of Hadrian's heart. The wizard flashes his hand across his body, disintegrating it into ash. Ebern, the 10-foot tall animated construct armor, takes up his 10-foot long greatsword and charges forward. This
Wait,
large beast
who
looking
is
guy.
this?
It's a 10-foot tall animated construct. He's basically a steel golem.
Okay, great.
Servant of Hadrian. You've actually fought him before, but he keeps being reconstructed. Mevril says, "Songris, the War Master, with all your LeBron-like ability, go out and meet the abomination on the field of battle. Heroes, hold the line and stand at my side." The LeBron-like War Master Songris howls, "Ow!" bearing his wicked axes and charging forward at the side of his bear, Thistlepaw.
Yeah, he does.
He's the one that hog title.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Thistlepaw running
Kill
at
him right now.
you've forgotten about that. Thistlepaw running at 40 miles an hour launches his 500-pound bulk. The brown bear launches itself at Ebern, the construct. The construct merely draws his sword to the side and slashes across, cutting the bear in half. I'm glad she's not here. Blood gushes over the construct's armor. as he turns to regard Sandras.
That's
The
gonna rock.
LeBron-like War Master lets out a feral howl. Ow! And leaps upon the construct with his hand axes flailing. The War Master's hand axes shatter on Ebern's armor, and Ebern bashes the spiked hilt of his greatsword up, its spike penetrating through Songras' chin deep into his brain.
Ooh.
I get that guy.
The Ebern and 10 Legion soldiers charging right at you. On either side, pockets of the Legion advance, and fighting erupts everywhere on the line. As you bring out the Thunder Twig, and it ignites thunder that rattles through the ground and tears through their bodies, electrifying them in their metal shells. On a 1 that Ebern rolls, he misses off balance. Barbie
I almost missed.
whiffs it, but doesn't really. He trips into a crit and slashes through his neck and nearly cleaves his head off and deals 92 damage in 1 round. And now Ebern is severely bloodied.
And it's
He's
a hammer?
leaking chainmail
Yeah, it's a
everywhere.
Yo, Manganda! The fucking hammer slammed down on that mother.
That was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Made him into nearly headless neck. Fucking hammer. Slashing versus left leg. Roll 2d6.
6.
6. Leg injured. Major bleeding. Half move. Okay, so that guy is down. He takes bleeding damage and he's down. Will, we haven't even done a full fucking round.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Okay,
You murdered a dude and you fucking haven't even gone yet.
I
Did 92 damage to the boss without taking a round.
rage,
Ebern is down. Diamantos cleaves through his chest plate. It's caved in. Anselm pegged a dude right in the brain, and then Anselm pegged another dude in the kneecap and dropped him to the ground. And as an attack of opportunity, Barbie stomps on his neck and crushes his windpipe. So these guys are cleared out. Materializing next to you, you
that's
see
easy.
Hadrian floating in the air, immediately next to you. And he points down at Meveril and he says, "Power word, kill!" And Meveril disintegrates. He turns into a skeleton and then he melts down into ashes.
Wow.
Anselm picks up Meveril's bow, knocks an arrow whose tip glows with white-hot moonlight, and releases. The arrow speeds its way towards Hadrian, and Hadrian disappears with a flash.
Anybody got
Hadrian reappears on the grassy knoll, and
It's on a grassy knoll.
you hear him casting a spell. Buldan Kerdao! You see Aaron on the ground before Hadrian with a circle drawn around her.
Oh,
the ground.
that's bad.
Hadrian's hands waft flames up from her abdomen,
Somebody stop
seemingly
it.
drawing out her inner magic. The fire gathers in his hands and builds as a mountain 20 feet high over his head.
Okay, can I interrupt?
Rising higher and higher into the air, the pink light you saw from the valley of the Mogwai grows redder and larger in the sky above.
I'm approaching to stop
You're
that.
200 feet away.
Okay.
Anselm screams, "Aaron, no! We cannot let him cast! Now, let us charge Hadrian's Hill!"
Wouldn't work.
The Rangers raise their swords and bows in response to Anselm's rallying call. For Meveril! Hadrian, and a hairline fissure cracks through the earth, releasing a wall of steam. You hear a feral roar as Anselm jumps through the wall of steam and attacks the ranks of soldiers beyond. In front of you on the ground is pieces of soldiers, dismembered, decapitated, gored open. And 50 feet beyond is a bloody werewolf 10 feet tall, tearing through the ranks of soldiers with claws 2 feet long. Ow! The werewolf tears into them. Anselm is reverted back into werewolf form. He initiates Moon Fury Breath Weapon. Ow! As a white-hot, blinding ray of light issues deep from his gullet and propels outward.
There's only 5 to each.
Alright, you took down 3 of them. as the flaming sphere erupts and fries 3 dudes, and 2 are extremely bloodied and on fire. You advance from the encounter. You've defeated another wave. You are now 50 feet from Hadrian. You engage Hadrian and his 20 legion soldiers. Hadrian is now covered in a 50-foot high mountain of flame. He slams his skull staff to the ground, erupting another hairline fissure between your legs. Everybody roll dexterity save. Oh my fucking god, that's a good point. Actually, you're the only one who rolls a dexterity save because everybody else is flying. Wow. And he slams his staff into the ground, and a purple mist spreads out from the skull on the top of the staff. The eyes flash.
Hey there, pupper.
Says toi, Cindaris mortos! As he slams his staff into the ground, and green noxious fumes radiate out from his staff and start disintegrating everything that isn't a hell beast in its path. Okay, so 2 were-ravens attack you, Mallory.
Oh no.
2.
32 damage.
I have 2 hit points left.
Alright, you guys are getting to the point. He swings at Hadrian. Ah ha ha ha, foolish gnome, you'll never defeat me.
Have you seen me?
Yes, I see you now. Yeah. 7 for placement, torso is targeted, 10 for effect. Torso injured, severe bleeding, no move or attack. Yeah, that guy's done. Tumba, Cirrus, Cumulus, Eros! Kumbaya! As he unleashes a torrent of energy, Siskumba! And the werewolf attacks his nemesis. Hadrian's very bloodied.
Who needs to be saved?
Heal people.
Well, I'm almost dead.
Attack
Anyone else
Hadrian.
almost dead?
Yeah, me too.
How much dead are you?
Minus 13.
You're already dead.
Yeah.
He's unconscious. He's not dead. He's bleeding out on the ground.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he can't answer
He
me.
needs surgery.
I'm like,
Yeah.
beery, beery.
Negative 20.
Oh, you're KO'd too. Shit. Alright.
You're more dead.
Yeah, but I also.
But you do a lot of damage. I'm gonna save you.
Aaron
If you're
wakes
still
up
alive, yeah.
I'm alive.
and she says, Sescu Sistero Eros. She attacks him with the same spell that he just used, a chain lightning that hits Hadrian. Hadrian screams, and the wizard, bleeding from a dozen wounds, falls back
No,
over
I
the
run up.
edge,
I run up.
out of sight.
I grab his cloak.
Chill, dude, chill. It's okay.
Roll a dexterity saving throw. You fail. Okay. The ground shakes again. From deep below the earth, you hear a bellowing voice in an ancient tongue. Cindaris, says toi, infernos! Under your feet, the ground cracks and lurches in 2 directions as the chasm widens and splinters the battlefield. Within the chasm, lava fills the void and rises up. Winged and red-skinned demons riding the molten rock, cackling and spitting fire, appear before you. The red light in the sky above grows larger until it is a blazing ball of fire descending upon you.
Oh.
Anselm's eyes go white and he pulls a crescent moon amulet from under his armor, raising it to the sky. Davirin, father of all, I beseech you! From Anselm's fist, a white bubble spreads out 20 feet on either side, sheltering your party. The meteor crashes against the bubble, blacking out your vision, but not your hearing, as the screams of rangers erupt all around you. Ah! 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 All of you black out.